What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning back in, and today we're going to be reviewing the Jordan Luka 2.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah.
Starting this off, we talk about the sizing and the price. And the sizing, I can recommend you guys go true to size. But if you want a little bit of extra toe room, because Lukas are known to cut short, I would tell you guys to do like me and go up a half a size. So these are size 12.5, and they feel pretty good. If you guys are wide footed, if you see how the shoes built, I would tell you guys also go up a half a size, just because wide footers usually need a little bit more space. But it does hug around the ankle and there is security. But if you like that snug feel and your toes all the way to the top, like I said, you guys can go your true to size, but I would not recommend going down any smaller than that. And the pricing for the Luka 2 is going to be $130, which is a $20 increase. And I got to be honest with you guys, it is not a bad price for this shoe. That's usually like the standard for shoes. Obviously, anything under $130 is a blessing of a price. Moving on to the style, I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. Originally, I had these at an 8.5, but talking it over with my girlfriend and looking at it a little bit more for myself, the colorway started to grow on me. I like the simplicity of it. Like, you got the hints of black, purple, teal with a little bit of hints of yellow inside. Then I think it all fits for the shoe, as well as the name being Space Hunter. Obviously, you guys can tell from the speckles and the dark coloring setting. So I think it is a really nice, simple look. The materials on this Luka 2 feels pretty good as well. All back here, you got the suede. That's why it's so black like that, because you have a suede material as well as a suede color. Now, this part here, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm thinking that's leather. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really tell you too much in where you go to the shoes and see the product detail. It doesn't really tell you too much of the materials. But just note that they feel pretty solid, and they do have that Jordan S-type feel, because Jordan be putting suedes in the shoes, leathers, and stuff like that. But just note the materials feel pretty good. People in the court asked me about what shoe this was. I told them it was a Luka 2. They was like, damn, already? They didn't know he had a second signature shoe and that I got my hands on it. But like I tell a lot of y'all, I really do this. Or I try to do this, and I do it as best I can. Up next, as a lot of you guys know by now, we have my favorite category, which is the cushion, and I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Inside this shoe, we have Jordan Formula 23 alongside a firm foam carrier. And I got to be honest with you guys, if you guys had the Luka ones, it feels just like that. The cushion is solid. It's nothing too crazy. So while these shoes are on your foot, you guys are going to feel a good amount of impact force protection, but not really too much bounciness. Obviously, the signature shoe athlete that the shoe is created for, Luka, is not bouncy at all. He can definitely get up, but he's not bouncy. But you guys are going to get a solid cushion and a good amount of impact force protection inside of this cushion setup. Up next, we have the support, and I'm going to give these an 8.5 out of 10. Inside the shoe, you guys are going to feel a really good amount of padding around the ankle bone and Achilles heel, and you're going to feel a decent amount of padding inside the tongue, as well as where you guys are really going to find the lockdown and security is inside. There's another lacing here that you guys can put the shoe in, and it's going to hug around that ankle, which is why I gave it an 8.5, because it is so much better than the Luka 1s. The Luka 1s would like untie and like untighten for me, but these Luka 2s, they stay tight, and especially when you put the lace inside the other hole, they stay tight and nice around the ankle and security. So you guys are going to be able to do Euro steps, spins, step backs, creative moves off the dribble. Whatever it is that you feel like you can do, you're going to have the lockdown and security inside this shoe. Moving laterally, playing defense, you guys are going to feel that. So that's why I gave the support a 8.5 out of 10. Also, one more thing that I like about the support in these shoes is that there is no heel slippage. Inside the ones, one of my issues with those was not the fact that it just untied, was the fact that there was heel slippage inside the shoe. So I couldn't feel as confident as I do inside this, where the caging is. And normally when you guys hear caging, it's usually stiff and uncomfortable, but I promise you in these guys, you don't have to break it in, and it doesn't feel stiff, and it does stop that heel from slipping out. The biggest plus that they got for me and evolving into these tools. And last on this, with the traction, I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. You guys are going to hear squeaking on this like crazy, which you did not hear inside the ones. The traction pattern on the Luka 2s is a translucent rubber outsole, and I gotta be honest with you guys, it sticks like crazy. Even when you guys put your hand on the translucent outsole, you guys get that sticky type of feel, especially with these little black materials here. And I think that's what works on translucent outsoles. The traction pattern design is just like the one inside the Luka 1s, and I feel like these are really good for Euro steps, because I was doing a lot of those in these shoes. It does help you stop on the dime and cut corners and stop laterally. So it does feel really good in that regard. So if you're a crafty player, if you're obviously like Luka, if you do a lot of step backs, a lot of isolation in your game, whatnot, and I would tell you guys, these are going to feel really good for you. I would not recommend that you hoop with these outside. If you want, you could try it. I personally wouldn't try it just because of the translucent outsole. I'm not sure what it'll do like with dirt and debris outside, so try that at your own risk. But inside of a court, it is going to give you that 8.5. It's going to give you a solid grip, solid bite. It's going to fight dust, and you're going to hear squeaking like crazy. And ending it off with the ranking of the Luka 2s, I'm going to give these an A-, which is a good jump from its predecessor of the Luka 1s, which were at a B+. The cushion setup inside the Luka 2s feels just like the cushion setup inside the Luka 1s, which is pretty good. Now, where this shoe does get better is the support and traction pattern, because the Luka 1 support, it wasn't bad. It's just the heel slippage and the fact that the shoe would untie versus the Luka 2s. They do hug around the ankle a lot better, and there is no heel slippage, so that's really good. Traction pattern, I will say, took a really good jump. Last year's traction pattern was an 8, but it didn't squeak as much, and it didn't hold out as much as well either. The grip and stuff like that, you could find yourself sliding. It just wasn't as good as this one. This one squeaks a lot. This one grips. I feel really good moving laterally, doing Euro steps, stop on the dime moves. So they really took an advance inside the traction pattern, which is crazy because it's a translucent versus last year's model, which wasn't translucent, and it's the same traction pattern design. It just works inside this shoe. So the traction pattern and the support is what really took a jump inside the Luka 2s. If you guys are interested in these shoes, I will have a link down below in the description. They are selling out very fast, which is surprising. I didn't think they would sell out that fast, but they are selling out very fast. He does have 3 other colorways that are coming out. I have been interested to want to release some 5v5 content for you guys, as well as the 1v1 of the King of the Court content that I used to do with my brother in D-Mart, just because I love to play basketball, and I'm usually at the gym either 3 days for sure and 4 days if I can really get in there. And my skills have improved so much since I last did a 5v5 like on camera for real, and that's something I might want to start bringing back for you guys, just here and there. It's like anime, but that would be like the filler episode, the 5v5, because this the main right here. This the main mission, main story. The shoe videos, I'm never gonna go away from these guys. It's what y'all love to see, if you guys are interested in that. If not, you guys are still gonna get it. I really appreciate you guys always for tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting. I'm gonna have Chauncey send us out, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.
Yeah, anything you want to add to it, Chauncey?
What? That's your end intro?
Yeah, just the end intro.
Thank you for guys watching today's video. See you next in today's video. Bye.